Hello students, welcome to the second PUC economics class of the third lesson, that is money and banking. I am Suma, economics lecturer, Gopalswamy PU College, Mysore. In this session, let us learn about the sterilization policy of the Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India acts as a custodian of foreign exchanges. You all know that all countries' currencies will be kept in reserves in the Reserve Bank of India, and until rupees 2000 crore worth of foreign exchange reaches the Reserve Bank of India, it does not give permission to issue the fresh currency notes. You all know that money supply is an important function of the Reserve Bank of India, that is to control the money supply in the Indian economy. So therefore, it is an important macroeconomic variable which influences the equilibrium rate of interest in the economy and the price level of the, that is general price level of the economy, as well as the general output level in the economy. So therefore, being the custodian of a foreign exchange, the Reserve Bank of India controls the money supply that enters the country in the name of foreign exchanges. So therefore, the sterilization policy of Reserve Bank of India says that it is the market based approach of RBI which is aimed at neutralizing the part or whole of the monetary impact of foreign inflows. That is, the foreign institutional investors are willing to invest in Indian companies because of the future prospects of growth and development, and to earn more amount of profit, the foreign institutional investors are ready to invest in Indian economy, because India is emerging as the third largest economy of the world and as the second largest economy of Asia. So all these foreign institutional investors who are willing to invest in Indian companies invest in the currency of their particular country only. So when their currency enters into our market, naturally the commercial banks collect them, and after that they deposit it in the Reserve Bank of India. When once the Reserve Bank of India collects the foreign exchanges, they have to supply an equivalent amount of Indian currency to these particular commercial banks which deposit the foreign exchange. So obviously what happens when the money flow of Indian currency enters the commercial banks in return to the foreign exchanges that they have deposited in the Reserve Bank of India, naturally this additional amount will be lent to the public in the name of loans. When this additional money is lent to the public in name of loans, public start buying products and the demand for the products in the market increases, and when once the demand for the product in the market increases, naturally the price also increases. When the price is increasing, because I said as a controller of money supply, Reserve Bank of India maintains the general price level to be in a balanced situation. So when the price level is increased, the demand also increases. It becomes very difficult for the people who are below the poverty line to have food at least in a day. So therefore, the Reserve Bank of India intervenes to the Indian economy in this situation and regulates the demand for money and the supply of money and brings them back into an equilibrium. So now let us see how does it happen. When any foreigner wishes to invest in the shares of Indian companies like Infosys or Wipro or any other Indian company, they bring that money to the Indian market. So when the foreign investor buys the shares or debentures of any Indian company, this foreign exchange enters to the Indian market. So this is an asset to the Reserve Bank of India, and soon after this foreign exchange is entered to the Reserve Bank of India from the commercial bank, because commercial banks have nothing to do with the foreign currency. So this foreign exchange, when this foreign exchange reaches the country, reaches Reserve Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India has to issue the same amount or an equivalent amount to the commercial banks because it cannot keep the balance of these commercial banks. As the commercial banks deposit the foreign exchange in Reserve Bank of India, an equivalent amount of the Indian currency should be transferred to these commercial banks accounts. So when this is transferred to the commercial banks accounts, the commercial banks get additional Indian currency and they lend it to the public, and it results in the demand for the products and the price for the product also increase. That is one part. Here let us see about the liability of the Reserve Bank of India. The liability of the Reserve Bank of India immediately starts soon after it receives the foreign exchange. So it has to lend money to the commercial bank, and when the money has increased, what happens? The commercial banks start creating the inflationary activities. So what happens? The increase in high powered money is witnessed here. The high powered money is one which is in the form of government securities and bonds. What happens to bring the situation of inflation under control, which is brought by the commercial banks after issuing additional loans from the exchange amount of the foreign exchange to Indian currency? What happens? The Reserve Bank of India takes a serious financial step here, that is monetary instrument, and that is called as government securities. When the Reserve Bank of India issues these government securities, it makes it mandatory for all the commercial banks to buy these bonds. So once these bonds are purchased by the commercial banks, what happens? The commercial banks which they had the additional money to lend loans will be brought back to the Reserve Bank of India. So this again results in the high powered money, and this high powered money, when it is increased, the situation of economy will be under control, because the situation of economy, if it is in balance with the balance in demand for money and the balance in the supply of money, which is equivalent to each other, then the situation of money supply is under control. So therefore Reserve Bank of India obviously issues these government securities, and from these government securities commercial banks, all extra money will reach the Reserve Bank of India. So when this Reserve Bank of India gets additional money in the form of Indian currency, the value of Indian currency also increase. Let us see how does it happen. So when a foreign currency enters to our country in the name of shares and debentures, for example, let us see US dollar enters to India in the name of share. $1 is equivalent to rupees 70 of Indian currency. So the more amount of US dollar if it enters to Indian market, naturally the value goes on increasing. The value of Indian rupees goes on increasing against US dollar. So this is not an increase, this is a depreciation from the point of view of the US dollar as against US dollar. Earlier the value of Indian currency was rupees 70 and now it is increased, that is in terms of Indian currency as against US dollars it is decreased. So this depreciation is referred to as the value of Indian currency is reduced. So immediately to stabilize this situation and to bring back the Indian value into the previous situation of rupees 70 or still less, then the Reserve Bank of India sells these foreign exchanges in the form of government securities to the commercial banks, and additional money will reach the Reserve Bank of India, which was given already in terms of exchange. So when this additional money reaches Reserve Bank of India, the value of the Indian currency or the storage of Indian currency increases. So when the storage of Indian currency increases, naturally the value of Indian currency also increase in the Reserve Bank of India, and the extra money that was given to US dollar as against $1, that is rupees 3, is brought back to rupees 73 is brought back to rupees 70. So this is the instrument that Reserve Bank of India follows to bring the situation of additional money supply in the market under control. So after this, sterilization policy policy is followed by the Reserve Bank of India, the balance of the payments will also be under control. These balance of payments are the statements of the money that is due from our exports and that we are owing to the other companies in the name of imports. So, all these let us deal in the next class. So, let us learn about one more question. This is the important question from the point of view of your examination, because they can be asked for 4 marks as what is sterilization policy and how is it used to bring back to control the money supply. So, this is the important question for your second PUC board examination. So, let us see one more question of the board, that is, how does money is treated as a unit of account in any economy? For example, in India, rupees is considered as unit of account. This is because that particular currency which is a legal tender of our country, that is, which is approved by the government of India, is the unit of account, because by using this unit of account only, all the goods and services in India are purchased. We have nothing to do with the foreign currency in the activity of sales and purchase of Indian goods and services. Every country's currency, official currency, is the unit of account of that particular country. So, this is known as the unit of account reference of the currency of a country. This sterilization policy is very important at the present scenario of Indian economy, because Indian economy, as it is fastly growing and developing, and the growth is seen in terms of the leading rise in GDP. So, when the GDP of any country is in a progressive way, the foreign investors are ready to invest in that particular country. So, as India is finding an increase in its GDP, the foreign investors are ready to operate the market of India. So, therefore, to prevent the foreign institutional investors from operating the Indian market, this sterilization policy is very important, and it is a key instrument operated by the Reserve Bank of India to control the money supply. So, therefore, the sterilization policy is intended to prevent the Indian economy from external shocks. Other countries who have an eye on the fastest growing GDP of any other country, for in this case of India, these foreign institutional investors are the external threatening people who are willing to operate the market of India through their investments. So, this sterilization policy prevents Indian economy from external shocks, because India has to be run through its Indian currency only, and only to a certain limit of foreign exchange Reserve Bank of India is willing to accept. Beyond that limit, the Reserve Bank of India has nothing to do with the foreign currency. If all the foreign currency enters Indian market and they are exchanged from the commercial bank with the Reserve Bank of India into Indian currency, what happens? The amount of flow of Indian currency will increase in the commercial bank, and as a result, commercial bank will give lots of loan. The lending capacity of these commercial banks will also increase. So, once the lending capacity of the commercial banks increase, obviously the situation of demand for the goods will also increase, because when the lending is given in more amount, the interest rate will also be lessened, and when the interest rates are less, the public will go for getting the loans. So, when additional money is in the hands of the public in the name of loans, the demand for the products will also increase, and when the demand for the products increase, naturally the price of these products and services will also increase. When the price hikes, the situation of inflation is witnessed. So, to prevent the situation of inflation and to help the poverty hit people to satisfy their basic needs, the Reserve Bank of India brings back the situation into normalcy by applying its sterilization policy. The second one is it brings stability in our economy, because either the supply of money if it is more also, or the demand for money if it is more also, both are very difficult and harmful situations for the economy, and therefore the Reserve Bank of India brings stability in our economy. The Reserve Bank of India brings stability in the economy. The next one is it counters the effect of money supply. It is the activity of the Reserve Bank of India, it is the chief action of the Reserve Bank of India to counter the effects of money supply, because if additional money is supplied into the market, naturally the demand for the products increase, and the proportion to which the foreign currency has entered and generated additional lending capacity in the commercial banks will not lead to the same proportion of production of goods and services. So, when once the increase of lending capacity is done through commercial banks, the production of goods and service will also increase within a shorter period, and this again leads to the price hike. So, the next one is it brings into control the balance of payments. The balance of payments, that is the surplus and deficit that arise through the imports and exports. So, here the Reserve Bank of India always has an eye on the statement of balance of accounts, that is whatever we have a due to pay to the other countries and whatever we owe from the other countries, and again Reserve Bank of India maintains a balanced situation, and therefore it brings into control the balance of payment situation, whether it may be a surplus or deficit, through its sterilization policy. The next one is it prevents the foreign institutional investors from operating Indian market. If the situation of GDP goes on increasing like this in any economy, the foreign institutional investors enter into that country and private investors are more. So, India is following mixed economy system, that is both public sector as well as private sector are operating in our economy. If when once the foreign institutional investors are permitted to operate Indian market, the private sector goes on dominating, and the private sector or the capitalist economy's important or chief motive is profit maximization. So, the social welfare concern or the social welfare activities will be lessened, and the situation of economic welfare goes on increasing through the private investors, wherein the social welfare will become absent. So, to prevent all these from entering the Indian economy, Reserve Bank of India follows this sterilization policy and brings back the money supply situation and controls the monetary situation in the economy. So, this is the policy of sterilization followed by Central Bank of India. So, with this I conclude this session. In our next session, let us discuss other topics. Thank you.